All right, so the last bracket is another doozy. Rudy Giuliani, Scott Atlas, Bill Barr, Mitch McConnell.
Ugh. Ugh. Wow. That's a lot of jerks.
Why did we all get nauseated at the same?
Yeah. You know what's funny is in the right-wing world, if they did something like this, they'd be like, in this bracket, Bernie Sanders trying to help everybody.
Yeah.
And then AOC trying to help everybody. And and then Nina Turner trying to get people higher wages and healthcare. Despicable.
And here comes Cori Bush talking about representing her constituents.
And they don't even want to end democracy. I can't believe it. Anyway, all right, Ida.
Jesus. All right, we gotta hurry up. So Rudy Giuliani is gross, disgusting, despicable. He's melting, and he's oozing. So he's gross. I think his punishment is already coming. I'm gonna say Mitch McConnell, because this is the thing about Mitch McConnell. I just think people. I remember somebody saying he's just a senator from Alabama. Like, how much? What are you talking about? And I was like, do you understand how many things he's responsible for that you don't even know what's going? We're watching all of everybody else run around in front of the cameras. Rudy Giuliani is a clown, right? But Mitch McConnell is responsible for the acts, and I'm gonna hold Marshmallow Mitch to the fire, and I'm gonna say him.
Yes, actually, I agree as well. And the thing is Mitch McConnell, he told us why he should be a jerk of the year. He's been saying it for years. He's been saying it before Trump came in. When Obama was in office, he was talking about how he's laying the groundwork to make sure his legacy is cemented for years to come. Far after he's gone, dead and gone, and far after his term is done, after Trump is gone, after all these guys are gone, his influence on our way of life and the way judges, let's put it this way, our federal judges up to the Supreme Court, he made sure to appoint as many as possible once Trump was in office, and also before Trump was in office, made sure to block as many as possible from President Obama. The idea is to he's like, yeah, we can have policy, yeah, sure, tax cuts, that helps us for 15, 20 years, then we gotta re-up again, or 5 years, re it up again and do it more. With judges, we can change people's ability to live and have rights in the country that they live in. We're gonna limit rights, and even if people start changing it and get me out of office, my desire to make sure that you don't have rights lives on. He's making sure that his legacy, his negative legacy, stands. And that's bigger than anything else.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell. Why? Because he's boss hog.
Yes.
Yeah. So he is the boss. I mean, look at what happened today. He said the election is over, and now it's over. So it wasn't Trump who decided. Trump's still screaming from the rooftops, I won, but Bobby, I won. And Mitch McConnell came out and said, Biden's the president-elect. And then this is an important part, we actually didn't get to it on the show today. He then called all the Republican senators and said, no one is allowed to object. Because if you object, we're gonna have to go on the record as opposing Trump, and we don't want that. It's a no-win situation for us. So when the Electoral College results come here and we have to certify it on January 6th, no Republican senators will object. And so far, they have all bowed their heads. So Trump doesn't actually run the Republican Party, Mitch McConnell does. And Trump is a con man for his own personal benefit, but Mitch McConnell is like a dark lord servant of the donor class that controls us all. So McConnell easily.
I meant Kentucky, not Alabama, before the TYT people start tweeting me. Relax.
Oh, it's too late.
I know.
Okay, no,
it's like if we misspelled jerks.
Okay, go ahead, John.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're all just terrible. I mean, Rudy Giuliani making a mockery of our elections and himself, but he was good in the Borat movie, so I got to give him some points for that. Bill Barr, it's terrible, but this wasn't his worst year. I mean, he had an effect on the impeachment and everything. He's a terrible guy. Ugh. But no, he's not gonna win. I know some people watching this might think that I'm gonna choose Scott Atlas because I have literally talked about herd immunity more on my show this year than literally anyone in the world. But the thing is, Scott Atlas didn't convince Trump to pursue that. He was brought in because Trump was already pursuing that. I don't think Scott Atlas convinced Trump of anything. It's gotta be Mitch McConnell. And not just for his actions this year, but for the deep sinking feeling in my gut that I have about what he's going to do if the Republicans control the Senate going forward. And not just, and also like even in recent news, like the blocking of the COVID aid and the pushing for the corporate immunity. And then also just the countless months of blocking the aid when people's lives are being ruined and being taken. Yeah, no, he's a gigantic jerk. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah, so now let me summarize. Oh, by the way, sorry, I'll jump in here for John. You guys also voted for Mitch McConnell. So we're unanimous on this one too. So the 5 jerks of the year that were finalists then through your picks was anti-maskers, Tucker Carlson, Trump voters, Trump, and Mitch McConnell. And as John was alluding to throughout the show, the person who got the most votes out of all of them was Mitch McConnell, the jerk of the year. So we got to really hand it to Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
In Trump's worst year, to still beat him for jerk of the year, that's Hall of Fame stuff.
Although I'm gonna have to, I wonder if there should be an asterisk, because I wonder if it's Trump had more competition in his block. He was literally going up against a virus that's killed far more than 1 million people around the world. I love the audience. I will bow to them. Mitch McConnell is the jerk of the year, but I feel like Trump did a lot of work this year to earn it more than ever before. But he's the jerk.
Yeah, well, look, real quick. I'm curious what you all would have voted for overall bracket, even though we've announced the winner. I would have voted for Trump too. Mitch McConnell is the heart of darkness. I'm happy to vote for him in non-Trump years, but Trump has been a sharknado of damage to this country, and so I don't know that any person in my lifetime has done more damage to America and Americans than Donald Trump did this year. So I would have voted for him for jerk of the year.
Yeah, he's a jerk of the year. Mitch McConnell can be the jerk of the decade. And because he's been wreaking havoc since Obama. I mean, that, and before. But I think Donald Trump, just look at America right now. And from a global perspective, I traveled outside of the country. My cab driver in Canada laughed at me and said, "Look who your president is." I was in Montreal. I mean, if you look at the country, people say, "Oh, it's been bad." But if you look at socially what he's done, like you look at the way people are interacting with each other as a result of all of the things that he has continuously kept just feeding in this country, it's embarrassing where we are. We are the movie Idiocracy. The reality star came and ruined, and the country is in ruins.
Yeah, absolutely. JR, out of curiosity, who would you have voted for?
I would have stuck with Mitch McConnell.
Okay.
And maybe not for the year, but because I'm thinking his entire existence and what he's been doing to the country and how it's gonna last for a very long time.
JR, the man of the people.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.